you're ready. Rest and receive it. Seriously, you've been through so much in your life. You have so many stories to tell. You have so many experiences. You have highs and lows, peaks and valleys, plateaus, all of it. And it's all led up to this moment where you're finally ready to express that version of you, express that new passion of yours that you've been sitting on for years. Now's the time. And all you have to do is rest and receive it. You don't have to work hard for it. In the past, you would have thought you had to work hard for what you're about to do right now, for what you want. But with the life experience that you've had now, as I say these words, they resonate, don't they? They make you feel better than if I were to say, hey, get off your ass and self-motivate yourself and discipline yourself and quit bitching and moaning and grind yourself into the dirt, because if you don't, someone else will, and they're going to take your place. So you always got to work harder than someone. It sure feels a lot better than that, doesn't it? That used to be my mindset. That's what I used to think. I used to think I had to grind. I used to think I had to self-sacrifice, work harder than everyone else, find a way to do it while everyone else is sleeping. I'm working, all of that, and I did that and I lived that, and it only led to burnout. It only led to guilt and shame. It only slowed me down at the end of the day, because it only gets you so far. And if you're one of those people who is able to self-discipline themselves and grind and work hard in the rat race, you're likely, or you likely have, or you likely will, get to the place that you wanted, or you thought you wanted. You get there and you feel empty. You don't feel fulfilled. You don't feel satisfied, because you get there and you're like, this is it. I thought everything that I did, I thought all my hard work, I thought all of that would authenticate my expression, would validate me as a human, would give me purpose and meaning. I thought once I had all these things, once I had the dream house, the dream car, the dream wife or husband, the dream family, the dream career, the dream awards, the dream whatever, that I would feel good in the having of it, that I would feel satisfied and fulfilled till the end of my days in the having of it. But it was fleeting, wasn't it? It might have felt really good in the moment, but it doesn't last. You know, a lot of ex-athletes, football players, basketball players, who dedicate themselves to that lifestyle when they're done with that career, a lot of them have felt lost. A lot of them have felt suicidal. And I'm not speaking from everybody, but I'm just speaking from what I've heard testimonially from some athletes. And this is just one example, because they built up this life and they knew nothing else. They knew how to do nothing else. And then when that was over and they'd accomplished it and they made the millions and they made the Hall of Fame or whatever it is, at the end of the day, they still got a life to live. They still have things to do. They still have people to see. They still have a lot of life to go. And what are they going to do? And they can feel lost. And I'm not saying that's the case for everybody, and I'm not saying that those athletes weren't following their excitements and their passions doing what they're doing. But thinking that that's going to get you everything that you want and everything that you need in life is an erroneous belief, because it all comes from within. And that's why I say all you need to do right now is rest and receive it. Rest and receive it. And that doesn't mean just sit back and relax all the time. I mean, maybe being a little bit lazy for a time will benefit you and actually will bring things to you, because you're not getting so worked up about what you're wanting to do, or maybe you've been caught up in the rat race and you need a break. But I'm saying that rest and receive is more of the vibration, more of the mindset that you need to start adapting at this time. At least that's my suggestion in my offering. These are never shoulds. These are always just offerings. Everything that I say on my channel is always an offering. So I just want to say that too. But you know, I feel just inspired to get on here and tell you this, because you have worked hard, you have self-sacrificed, you have learned so much from self-sacrificing and working harder than everybody else and grinding and being in the rat race. You've learned a lot from that, and I'm not saying that it was a bad thing that you went through that. No time was lost at all in that sense, because you can define it positively, you can learn from it, and you can grow from it, and you can show others and be the example to others that That's not the only way to get what you want. That's not the only way to feel fulfilled and satisfied and truly content and peaceful in your life. In fact, in my opinion, the only real success in life is, are you happy? Are you peaceful? Are you at least in a state of neutrality where things aren't bothering you? You're not worried, you're not stressed, you're not overworked. Are you in that state of being the majority of the time? Or are you not? Because there'll always be those moments of contrast, so I don't think anybody will ever be in that state all the time. It takes a lot of focus in that sense to do that, to be able to do that. Not saying that that's impossible, because again, you can define anything positively in whatever way you want. And so in that sense, you know, maybe I take that back a little bit. I think you could get there to where you are 100% of the time, no matter what happens in your life, because you're content, you're peaceful, you're neutral about it. You feel okay because of the way that you're defining it. You're seeing it as a blessing. As hard as it may seem, if it's a death of a loved one, or a pet, or the loss of a career, or something like that, you know, that can all be defined as positive in your life. And so in that sense, you won't go down and spiral down and start guilting and shaming yourself and so on. All you got to do is rest. Rest in the knowing that things really can just come to you. That this new creative expression that's calling you can be done with ease, instead of the way that you, in your previous career, in your previous self, in your previous life, you could say, it wasn't that way, because you had different beliefs, you had different understandings, and maybe circumstantially you had to live that life of working hard and sacrificing because that was just the best that you knew how to do at the time. That was the best thing that you could think of to get you out of your current situation, and I think that's great. I think that's wonderful, but you're at a new phase right now, aren't you? You're in a new version of yourself that is on the cusp of something very big, of something very, very big, something larger than you, something that money can't buy. Truly, it cannot buy. The feeling of this new passion, when you actually start expressing it, just for its own sake of expressing it and not needing anything to change, but you're just doing it because it feels like it's the best thing for you to do, that is going to take you so much farther vibrationally and emotionally than any amount of hard work could do. And I'll also say that if you could truly embody an effortless vibration, it's going to actually take you further than any amount of hard work ever would have or ever will. It will actually take you further. You will get there faster, because you will actually be going with the flow, the downstream flow, letting the river of life take you to where you need to go. And all the perfect things will happen. You'll hit the rapids when you need to hit them, and you'll learn how to paddle and how to keep up with the flow of life. But at first, you just got to pick up the paddles so that the stream, the river, can self-guide you in the direction that is best for you, and is what the direction you say is that you want to go. It'll naturally take you. Just pick up the oars and watch. The river will take you downstream. And then, as you get used to it, and you start building confidence in that new mindset that you can adapt that I'm talking about, then you can start picking up the paddles. And you can start just gently paddling downstream. Then you start going a little quicker. And then when the rapids come up, you learn how to paddle even quicker and keep up with those when they happen. And then guess what? When those rapids come, they don't throw you off. They don't throw you out of the raft. They don't throw you off course, because you've learned how to navigate the rapids. And then, and this is the best part, those rapids take you further down the stream faster than if you were in that calm part of the stream. So the rapids of life, when they come up, can be celebrated and looked forward to, because you're actually going to get down the river of your life even quicker. You're going to get to those places that you need to get to even quicker. But you won't get there if you don't start by just picking up those oars and letting the stream naturally take you downstream where you need to go. That's how you learn to navigate it. Does that make sense? I hope this resonates. You're worthy and deserving of this life. You're worthy and deserving of adapting this mindset of ease and flow and grace and blessings. And challenges that come up that are the rapids of life can be very, very exciting. And you can actually congratulate yourself and be excited when they come, because you know that you're going to be moving further down the stream much quicker. And then you'll get to that calm and you'll be able to enjoy it. And then you just rinse and repeat. All right, so I hope this helps you. Much and many blessings to you, and take care.